Hey everybody, this is my second woodworking video. So today I'm going to be building some sawhorses. So this is me building my sawhorses. So basically what I need to do is I need to cut 4 pieces of 2x4 to 37 inches. So that's what I'll be doing, just marking the 37 inches. Put on my trusty glasses, and I need to plug in my saw. So I haven't done that yet. So let's see how well this works. All right, and so then I'm just going to repeat this 4 more times. So, prime example of why you should measure twice and cut once. I did 3 pieces at 37 inches, and then the 4th piece I did at 36 inches. So I just marked off the 3-foot mark rather than going to 37 inches. So now I got to trim an inch off of my other 3 pieces, and the other sawhorse I make is gonna have 36 inch legs as well, which isn't too big of a deal because I was supposed to do 37.8 inches or 36.8 inches, so I was gonna make it a little bit longer anyhow. So I don't even know what 0.8 comes to, a little over 3/4 of an inch. So I'm hoping that it's not gonna make that much of a deal. You know, only 3/4 of an inch. I think it's still going to work fine for what I need it for, just to make sure that stuff doesn't fall off my table saw. So we'll see. Maybe for this one I could do 36-inch one, and the other one I could do, 37. I don't know. I'm probably just gonna have to do both of them 36, so they're not wobbly. But measure twice, cut once. All right, here are my 4 pieces, or my 8 pieces, I guess. My 8 pieces of 2x4. 36 inches long. I was hoping that cutting them off 8 inches, I'd have enough over. Should have got 10 footers instead of 8 footers because I only have 2 feet long, and I don't think that's going to be wide enough for a sawhorse. I think I'm going to want 36-inch long sawhorses. So I'm thinking that I want it this long, and with the, I think it's going to be better. So I'm not going to be able to use those 24 inchers, but I'll be able to find them for something. So I only bought 4 pieces, so I use those for legs. But I just realized that I have this super long piece of 2x4 here, and I'm not sure how long it is, but I'm thinking, there we go. This is the downsides of using it. I'm thinking another 8-footer. So it's pretty high, maybe even 10 feet or 9 feet. So I think I'm just going to cut that off, 2 36-inch pieces off there, and just use that for the top. So that's the handy thing of always having wood sitting around. Alright, so now what I'm doing, I have all these legs cut, and now what I'm doing is I'm going to be trimming off 18 degrees, or trimming off the sides so that I can connect them together. So I have a couple of scrap pieces here. Where did I put them? Yeah, so I did 18-inch cuts, and we're going to bring them together, and then we're going to fasten them together on either side with some plywood, and then once they're fastened together, we're going to trim them off the top, and then we'll just set the remaining 2x4 on top there. So what I gotta do is I gotta take all 4 of my legs, I gotta do 18-degree cuts, and then I'm gonna join them together. So I just gotta mark off. So these are, even though 2x4s, when they plane them, they take off about 1/2 inch. So this is really 3.5 inches wide, and so I need to, I'm gonna do about half of that. So I'm gonna do 1 3/4 inches. so there's 1 3/4 inches. And then I have to cut it this way in order to make the cut. If I do it this way, then first of all, it takes forever to cut through. And it doesn't do the proper cut that I need. So I'm gonna just line this up here. And that's pretty much perfect. And then the challenge of bringing it down. Moved it over too much. That should be what I want. Just kind of long here, so it's making it a little bit challenging. So I gotta break off that side, but yeah, I just gotta make 5 more of these cuts, or 3 more of these cuts. No, I gotta do 7 more of these cuts, and then I'll join them together. All right, so now I've cut 5" by 9" pieces of plywood that I put on the top and the bottom of the 2 pieces of legs. Yep, I'm doing a video. There's a way to brace them together, and then I'm going to trim them up and put the tops on. Alright, so I'm just going to hammer in this last nail. There. Now I just need to do 3 more sets of these. Okay, so now I've trimmed off the plywood braces on all 4 legs. This is the last leg, and now I just need to trim off the tops here so that I can attach the cross beam. Okay, so now what I need to do is I need to trim off the ends because I probably didn't measure properly. So I had to measure 18 degrees again, and then I'm just going to trim off these ends, and then I can assemble it. There's 1. I just need to do 4 more. Or 3 more. Okay, so now what I need to do is cut 18-degree cuts on the feet of the sawhorses so that they lay flat. Otherwise they'll just stick on this corner and it's not going to provide a lot of stability. So I've already done it on 3 legs. I've already done it on this opposite side. This is my final cut, and then I'm done cutting. So I just got to line it up here. That's it. That's all my cutting. Now I just got to hammer on the tops. Alright, final nail, and then I'm done. There. Got building my 2 sawhorses. Now, they are a little bit wobbly, so I could probably do a little bit more bracing. But for now, they're going to serve the purpose that I need them for, and that's to work on cutting up this plywood. The downside is they're a tad too big. So the reason I made them was so that I could use them with my table saw. I'm not sure if you could tell very well, but there's just a little bit taller Oh, let's move these scrap out of the way. It's a little bit taller than the table saw, but not too bad. So I'm pretty pleased with these. These are going to come in handy when I'm working on my plywood. I think, and I can stack these. Yeah, I can stack them. Let's get out of the light here. So that's handy. I can move them off to the side when I don't need them. So yeah, anyhow, there's my sawhorses. Thanks for taking the time to join me today in my building my sawhorses. I'm gonna try and do a video next week when I start working on these shelves. I'm gonna do some trimming, and then I have to cut out the lap joints and sand, and that might be all I'm doing next week. If I have time left over, I might try and join them, but I don't have time to do that next week. So yeah, thanks for tuning in, and let me know, give me some feedback. Let me know in the comments below what you thought of my video. I'm sure there are lots of ways that I screwed up, but I mean, the sawhorses got built, so but I'd be happy to know your feedback, and happy woodworking.